My first reaction was like go-to thing is to say hey guys, even though this is my first ever intro. I guess I just watch way too many YouTubers. I don't even use the word guys in my everyday life. Regardless of that, who cares? What you actually clicked here for is we're going to be reviewing the BOSH Vegan Cookbook. Simple recipes, amazing food, all plants, just what you want. BOSH is made by these two guys right here, Ian Thisbe, I hope it is, and Henry Firth. They're two guys from the north of England, Sheffield. They created BOSH. It's all plant-based recipes and it's probably the biggest plant-based online channel. This book has been like bestseller for a few weeks now, I think, out of hardback non-fiction, I believe. It's a pretty amazing book, I think, and I'm going to be making 3 meals and a dinner out of this, and I hope you enjoy.
For breakfast, we're going to be having garlic mushroom toast. The ingredients we need is about 100 grams of mushroom, 2 pieces of toast, some dairy-free butter. The recipe asks for soy cream, but I couldn't find any, but I found Alpro plain soy yogurt worked quite well, a clove of garlic and a bit of onion. And of course, some measuring spoons, olive oil, salt and pepper. And a frying pan to cook it all in. First we're going to start by chopping up our mushrooms, then following that we'll chop up the garlic and onion as well. Next we want to put all of these into a pan along with a little bit of olive oil, and we'll cook that for about 10 minutes or so. Yes, I'm using a knife on a non-stick pan, which I should not be, but I'm a student and I lost my wooden spoon in September. So while that's cooking, you can go ahead and put the toast into the grill, or the bread into the grill even. Next you'll add about 3/4 of a teaspoon of butter into your mushrooms. Then roughly about 40 milliliters of soy cream or the yogurt as I'm using. Mix that all together and it should all start to combine nicely. Now I'm just adding some black pepper and I need to add salt, but I could not do that on camera with one hand. Next just adding a little bit of garlic granules and some chives because I did not have any spring onions and I wanted a little bit of green in it. So we've got our toast and now just adding a little extra dairy-free butter. My favourite being that flour one. And yes, I fail pretty badly at butter and toast. Next we just add our mushroom mixture. And we're pretty much good to go. Now this is my creation versus what it's supposed to look like, which I think could be worse.
I think that turned out alright, but there's only one thing left to do, and that is, of course, to taste it. So, go with this one. That's really good. only one way to but add to. If you're vegan and don't eat meat, I don't know what you're doing. Yeah, I think breakfast was a success. I'm going to continue to eat this and I'll be back for lunch.
Okay, so next up is lunch. So for lunch, I want to make something not too difficult, so I didn't spend the entire day in the kitchen. So we're making the guacamole. So the recipe calls for macaroni, but I just used whatever pasta I had. So you add the boiling water to that and put it onto the stove. Then we need chili powder, garlic granules, salt, pepper and olive oil. Next take a quarter of a red onion and chop it. I used a quarter of an avocado, but I ended up using more later. 1 tomato and the juice of half a lime. So once that's done, you want to check your pasta, and once it's done boiling, you want to drain it in the sink. Please excuse my very dirty sink, but after this we're going to move on to making the sauce. Start with our quarter of an avocado and the juice from half of a lime. Then I add just a little dash of cayenne pepper, some garlic granules, some black pepper and some pink Himalayan salt. And you just want to mix these all up together and combine it with a fork. Next I added just a few sprays of olive oil. The recipe asked for 2 tablespoons, but that was for much bigger measurements, and I'd probably make with that next time. So we'll add all of our chopped up ingredients into the bowl and mix them all up. Next I added a little extra avocado because I decided it probably wasn't enough for the amount of pasta I'd used. By the way, I used about 3/4 of a cup of dry pasta. So next add that into our pot and mix it all together, and I just add a little extra lemon juice, pepper and salt. So this is my creation, and I actually ended up using a little bit of the soy cream from earlier, and it surprisingly worked quite well just to make it a bit creamier.
So I'm back for lunch. Back now for lunch. I've washed, dressed and put my face on, and time to try the guacamole.
Try to get some actual guacamole or avocado pudding.
That's pretty nice. Admittedly, it would have tasted nicer if I had let the avocado actually ripen, but I want to get this done, and I just came back from Westfield and Lidl and all that to get the rest of my ingredients because I'm cheap. But yeah, so this is pretty good. I could probably add some nutritional yeast or something just to get it a bit extra, but if you actually had ripe avocados and followed the recipe completely,
I'd say this pretty good.
Okay, so in future videos I'm actually going to try to avoid the words pretty good or pretty nice, because I'm sure there's better ways to describe things.
So I'll finish this and I'll be back for dinner.
So next up is dessert, and we made sticky toffee pudding today. First we need to start off with 80 grams of dates, then 110 grams of butter, 90 grams of self-raising flour, 175 milliliters of almond milk, 2 tablespoons of coconut milk, 100 grams of coconut sugar, 1 tablespoon of agave nectar, 1 teaspoon of bicarbonate of soda, half a teaspoon of ginger, a little bit of salt, and a teaspoon of vanilla extract. So first you want to chop up your dates really small. Gotta keep hydrated, and put them into a pot. They're extremely sticky. Want to add your almond milk in on top of that. Vanilla extract. And you want to put that on a medium heat for about 10 minutes or so. So next add your bicarbonate of soda and give it all a wee mix. and then we're going to start adding our other ingredients to it. So first add half the butter, the whole flour, half of the sugar, and the ginger, and a little salt. Now the recipe says not to mix it too much, and I don't really know what that means, so this could be right, I don't know. So we put that into a greased baking tray, which I just used some of the dairy-free butter from earlier, and put that in the oven at 160 degrees Celsius for 35 to 40 minutes. Next we take the rest of the sugar and the rest of the butter and put that into a small pot. Stir that for about 5 minutes or so until it starts going a bit syrupy, then I add in my agave. I have literally no idea if this is what this is supposed to look like. It's probably burnt. But I turn the heat off and let's just see how it goes. Next up is the coconut milk. It says coconut cream in the recipe, but I thought if I just use the thick part from the coconut milk, it should work okay. And that makes it a nice, thick, syrupy sauce for on top of them when they're finished. Stick it with a little skewer, and if it comes out dry, then you know that they're ready. And you just cut them all up and you're ready to serve. I just added a few goji berries on top, just because it looked nice. Okay, so next up, I'm really fucking excited for this one, because I have actually not baked anything since going vegan, and that's been like 3 years. I couldn't actually bake before, but like, you know. So, today I've made sticky toffee pudding, as we've just seen, and finally I'm going to get to taste it. Let's see. It's so nice. You can tell there's a shitload of butter in there. Oh, the sauce on top and everything, it just goes so perfectly. I actually feel sick from like dipping the finger in as I went along. This is not good for supposed to be eating healthy, but you know what? I thought I should give myself a little treat. I will definitely make this again. I'll probably make this for my birthday. It is way too hard in Ireland to try and find a vegan cake or something, so me and my mum will just make it ourselves probably. But oh, this is so nice. Okay, and yeah, I'm going to admit that I've eaten this dessert before my dinner because I don't want to go to the library and study yet. So I thought I'd make this, and I don't quite want my dinner yet. But that's just living crazy, I guess. This has been delicious. This has been a success. And dinner will hopefully be like as good as the rest of this day is added up to be. This is way too much food for one day, but fuck it. Finally we have the crispy chili tofu. Now I'm making half the size of the ingredients that's in the actual cookbook for this. So we'll use about half of a bag of rice because it was late and I'm lazy, half of a block of tofu, about 75 grams of corn flour, 125 milliliters of orange juice, some coconut oil, 1.5 tablespoons of soy sauce, a tablespoon of some sort of hot sauce, either sriracha mayo, 50 grams of sweet chili, and sesame seeds and onion for topping. So first up, you want to put your rice into a pot and boil that. While that's happening, you can cut up your tofu into 1 centimeter strips. Once you do that, you want to spread them out over a baking tray, and then you should sieve over the corn flour I don't own a sieve, so I just kind of spread out the best I could. Next you add some coconut oil or whatever vegetable oil to a pan and cook your tofu. You might have to do it in 2 batches like I did, and you should turn it about once every minute until the sides go nice and crispy for about 5 minutes. When it's finished, it should look something like this. Then make sure to check your rice and take that off to heat whenever it's done and drain it. So after I finished the rest of them, this is what all my tofu looked like. So to a pot I added a bit of lime, which should have been lemon, but anyway, my orange juice and the sweet chili sauce. And I cooked that on a medium heat just for a few minutes, bring it to the boil. You want to add 1.5 tablespoons of soy sauce to this also. And then add your hot sauce. Cook that for about 5 to 7 minutes until it's reached a nice syrupy consistency, and then you want to add your crispy tofu in. Mix this around for a few minutes, and probably a bit less than me because I kind of burnt it, as you'll see soon. So I just added my toppings, and this is their version, and as you can see mine is a slightly more burnt version of that. But presentation could be worse.
Okay guys, so it's now like 11:30 or something, and I finally made the last meal of the day, which is the crispy tofu. Yeah, something like that. You've seen it anyway. Yeah, this one may have been the biggest fail out of today because I'm pretty sure I've burnt the sugars in like the orange juice and the sweet chili maybe. I'm still gonna give it a go and see what it's like. Okay, so yeah, I definitely burnt that, but it's actually still pretty nice. I thought it would taste more like oranges, which is weird because I've never put orange juice in anything that isn't a smoothie. No, I think I do. Yeah, I do like it. It's quite, I don't know how to explain it. If it wasn't burnt, it would be really, really good. And plus, I'm not actually that hungry because, yeah, I went out for the afternoon with my dad and we had some more of those sticky toffee things, and been pretty full and sick feeling since then, but they're still so freaking good. Yeah, so if you made that properly, as I said with the last one, because apparently I can't make anything properly, I would eat that again. No, I definitely like it. It's just a burnt sugary taste that's probably getting me. I'll definitely still eat it though. I really like the crispiness of the tofu. I so feel it with chopsticks. I don't know why I tried. Ooh, I tasted the orange there. I think I changed my mind with that bite. I think I just got too burnt of a piece. It's an interesting taste, but I like it. Yeah, I definitely like it. Why am I so indecisive? It's not like I'm trying not to offend the BOSH guys because not like they're gonna see this. I'm going to finish this. Okay, so I think my official review for that meal is that if I didn't burn it and properly copied all the ingredients, it would be bomb as fuck. But regardless of that, it's still like It's still pretty. No, stop saying pretty fucking nice. I would still make it again, and it is like, it's good. It is good. So yeah, guys, that's it for this video pretty much. I just want to say, obviously, thank you to guys at BOSH for making this cookbook. I do actually really recommend it. Out of the 4 recipes I tried today, and the sticky toffee pudding was amazing, and I really liked the mushroom toast, and the other 2 were still like really good as well. And there's so many things in here to try, and if anyone wants to see anything else from here, please comment below and tell me. There's like a section on cocktails and all that good stuff that people might want to see. But yeah, another thing I love about this book is that they actually include a page at the back about nutrition, has all like where you can get protein and all that stuff, so it's really good helping out for like new vegans. And I hope that you enjoyed this video. This is my first ever YouTube video, and I really want to make more in the future. If anyone does see this video, I'd really appreciate if you'd like or comment or whatever you fancy doing, and I really hope to see you again soon.